What's up guys, Swift Coding back here with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how the basics of C++. Disclaimer, this is C++ is not really a beginner language to start with, so you should start with like Visual Basic or C#. In fact, I actually have C# tutorials, which I would check those out because C# is a very easy language. So yeah, so this is only if you already know. This is best if you already know a programming language, because this is a hard one. So I'm just going to be starting a whole tutorial line on C++. So C++ uses a lot of the same syntax as other languages such as C# and JavaScript, and yeah. So today we're going to be learning about variables and the cout. So actually with this, cout is how to type. Now before you start any programming, to remove the std, because std is the namespace you use for functions. So to make it less annoying, I right under hashtag includes iostream, write using name space then std and then semicolon. So now you can still use std and then the two colons, but it's easier if you just use using namespace std. So what this does is it writes hello world. So notice it's cout, then two left arrows, and then the string, and then a semicolon. That's how you write something. So to write something, you would write cout, then the two left arrows, and then a string, which you can also concatenate by adding like usual, or you can do so hello world. So that's a good line. But instead of going say we only wrote hello and then we did world, this doesn't work because you cannot concatenate strings with a plus. The only way you can do that is, the only way you can concatenate is if you put two more and then world. That works. So that's how you concatenate, and you can do much more. So that's how you concatenate strings and use cout. Something else is the variables. Now int main is like, pretend, say in C# when you make a class, every class is recommended to have a constructor. Now say there's like an invisible class that you can't see, and this is the constructor. Now this is just what happens in C# console, just like in C++ C console, which we're in right now. So this is where the execution happens. You're not really gonna need to access the files already generated. So let's just get into the variables instead of files. Maybe in another video we'll learn files. So where we write our executable, this is like a function, the main function, exactly, main function. So it just happens. So for variables, it's the same as probably most languages. Like there's int, there is string, There's char, boolean, everything. That's why I said you should know another language, because if you don't know variables, you won't really understand what either concatenating is, or why I put a semicolon, or you won't know what files and functions are. So yeah, this is kind of like a boosted tutorial up. So yeah. So we have all of those variable types. Now we can still use them. This is kind of like, it's kind of like a lot of other languages, except when it comes to like the structure and files, this is probably the most complicated. So let's say we made an integer a equals 6. Standard, just like most languages, even in JavaScript, it's like JavaScript, except there would be a var. But this is like C# and everything else. So let's make another int, b equals 3. Now we're also going to learn about the if condition. So if is the exact same as anything else. So let's put brackets. Let's say if a plus b, and then we put 2 equal signs to show if something equals something. So a plus b equals 9. Now if we did 9, this will happen, because we know that 6 plus 3 equals 9. So whatever happens here, so right, let's write C out, and then it equals, and then we can concatenate. Even though we could write 9 as in a string, we can also concatenate it as a plus b. Yep, so that's how it works. There is no .to string. Well, there is, but you don't really need it. So that's how you do it. Yeah, so there's also booleans, bool, then a equals, blah equals true, false, null, everything like that. So that concludes today's video. See you all in the next one. Bye.